The world as you know it has ended. The worlds as you don't know them yet are waiting with open arms. This is Durgans and Dargans. Welcome to Durgans and Dargans. We are a podcast for the whole family, as long as your whole family is into intense, bloody adventures. We take D&D seriously, but we're not about to teach your 6-year-old any unfortunate vocabulary words. I'm your dungeon master, Ben. With me today is Matt. Introduce your character, Matt.
Hello. Yep, that's my name. My name's Matt, and I'm going to be playing Jet, the gnome fighter.
I am also playing with Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm playing Darren Buccaneer, the Minotaur Sorcerer.
And also I am playing with Charles.
Yo, Charles. Bruno. Wizard.
Nice. You are on your first real mission after the destruction of your universe. You have been exploring Salvagian moss, the junk universe, searching for a few sundry items for Professor Absentine. 3 copper gears, 2 onyx bricks, and a half-pound of edible fungus. Very classic RPG. You met a shambling mound who did not fight you, but instead gave you a side quest to purify the deep water beneath him that was poisoning his dreams, in exchange for a bunch of edible fungus that would not only be edible, but beneficial. You went down a winding staircase and found snakes in a sunken grotto. You fought them and won. At the end of that battle, you opened a chest and found a whole bunch of edible gems. You had 100, and then Jet ate one, so now there's 99. You also found a banner that looked startlingly like the Hodalay family crest from your own destroyed universe. At this point, we are just finishing up that battle. You guys are wounded and weary, and you are climbing back up the stairs to meet the shambling mound, whose name you ever asked. He sees you guys come out of the stairs and says, "Oh, hello. Did you fix the problem? I feel a little healthier."
We killed a bunch of snakes, if that's what you mean.
That would do it. And they're all dead?
Well, they stopped attacking, so we're assuming that, yes, they're all dead.
That'll probably do it. Well, I'm as good as my word. Here, have some edible moss. And he starts plucking pieces off himself and handing it to you. One of it is green, which was one of the things that, or edible fungus, I should say. One of it is green, which was I think one of the requirements that Professor Absentine gave you. And he says, this moss, some people call the moss of wide eye. And he gives you like a chunk of it. There's like maybe 2 pounds of it, which makes up about eight servings, we'll say. So 8 uses of the moss of wide eye, which, when consumed, gives you advantage on your next perception or investigation check.
Ooh, nice.
He pulls off a piece of brown fungus and says, some people call this nice moss. This one, when soaked in water, makes it a potion of minor healing. So whenever you guys dump some of it in your canteens, it will turn that canteen into a potion of minor healing, and you can just kind of put some in the next time. But once you've drunk the canteen, you can't use it again until you refill it with water. The next one, he says, pulling off a bright red chunk of moss. This just smells nice. I like it. It makes me smell nice. This one, when you take a piece of it and shove it up your nose, gives advantage on smell-based constitution saving throws, which, given the fact that you are in the junk universe, might come in handy.
How many servings of those other 2 do we get?
8 servings of the moss of wide eye, 4 of which... or 2 of which you will need to keep for Professor Absentine. So you have 6 servings of the moss of wide eye. You have 4 servings of nice moss. And you have call it a near infinite supply of sweet-smelling moss. Like, all you need is a tiny little dab of it in each nostril. So you have an enormous amount of it. You just need to remember to use it.
We'll split that one 3 ways then. So, who'll be carrying the moss?
I'll take it.
I'm sure I can carry it. Oh, alright then.
Well, I just saw you eat a gem, so I'm not really sure. I trust you that something that we actually don't want eaten to be in Jet's hands.
Oh, come on, you don't need to be foodist.
Right, but you do also carry around utensils. It seems like eating is going to be your thing, so I'd rather just hold on to the food-based items and ration them out if that's okay.
Foodism is the only type of discrimination I will allow in this game.
I was gonna say, you did just eat a rock without even a second question.
Right, and that's what I'm concerned about.
Because it smelled sweet, yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Okay, the shambling mound looks down at you guys and says, "You guys look pretty beaten up. If you want to take a little nap here on my island, I'll protect you for a few hours." And that gives you guys a chance to take a long rest.
I say we take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Okay. For the sake of time, you take a long rest. The sun is behind gray clouds. You never really see where it is in the sky, but at some point it goes down, and at some point it comes back up. And in the morning, you are rested, and your shambling mound friend gives you a goodbye and says, "Well, I don't know what else you're looking for, but it's probably somewhere out there. Good luck."
How on earth, if we are in a flat, void, like infinite expanse of garbage, how does the sun set and rise?
That's a great question, isn't it?
I'm starting to question things.
That's a great question. No, that's a fantastic question. I'm not going to answer it, but, it's a good question.
Where is the sun? In which direction is the sun? We should be able to see that.
Yes, the sun rose from one side and set on the other side.
Okay.
There was no north, south, east, west here. You went right away from the gate. Like, the gate was facing straight. So for the sake of this, maybe we can call that north. The gate was facing straight, and you took a right and just kind of kept going. So we will say...
Or rather, could Jet tell from where they were and looking around where, which direction north might be?
Okay. Make a survival check.
Okay. Hey, not great, but not terrible. That. 14.
You think that the sun sets somewhere beyond the horizon and rises on the opposite side. Yeah, so honestly, you know how on a super gray day you can't really tell where the sun is in the sky? That's how it is here. You would have needed to roll like a nat 20 on that roll to see if you could tell where the sun is, and it's just a gray, overcast sky. It just, at one point, it got really dark, and now it's a gray, overcast sky again.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, there's not really a north, south, east, west that you're going. You know that you've come, we'll just call it up, down, left, and right. You have come up and right from the entrance. So, do you want to go up, down, left, or right?
Gentlemen?
Let's say flip. I was going to say flip a coin, but there's 4 different directions.
If you
roll a
guys
D4.
Want to know the big secret, it doesn't matter because I'm rolling random encounters. So just pick a direction and we'll go.
I say we roll a 4-sided or a 3-sided triangle to figure out where to go.
Let's go right.
Let's go right.
Okay. You guys go right. I'm going to roll dice.
I will say that as a follower of Lathandar, I am very troubled that I cannot figure out where the dawn rises, because that was one of the things of, like, dawn was an important hour, because that's part of his deityness is the dawn. And so I'm slightly perturbed. I'm just kind of letting the DM know. Darren is perturbed that I cannot see the sun. And I was cool with it when I was just, in the sky, but, the moment I, slept, and I was wait, night happened, and I can't find the sunrise.
Okay.
So you start heading out and you start exiting this greenery-based area. There was a lot of grass clippings, there were vines, there were icky mud puddles, and you start entering into a miscellaneous junk area. You see all sorts of things. You see broken trees, you see broken houses, and you just see oodles and oodles and oodles of stuff you don't even recognize, like pipes or half walls or so much junk. If it's junk, it's probably there. Up ahead in the distance, you see a flock of birds circling around something on the ground that you can't see. You think to yourself that there must be something interesting down there attracting them. Maybe something unique and valuable in this universe of junk. Maybe someone in distress. This is super railroading. I'm going to say you guys head towards it. That's how this is going to work. As you get closer, you see that these are pigeons, and they seem to be of an unusual size.
Burn them all. Destroy them all. Kill them with fire.
POUS?
POUS. Pus.
Ugh. Pleasant.
Us?
It's a junk universe. It's all gross. Pouse, maybe?
Mouse.
Pouses?
Boas.
Pousin.
Well, are you saying birds
I
of
saw a
unusual
flock
sizes
of
or
pousin.
pigeons of unusual sizes?
Oh, that's... I'm now just actually imagining it. That sounds awful. Giant
Like
pigeons?
a huge pigeon? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Burn it, kill it with fire.
Oh, God.
As you get even closer, you begin to notice that the garbage beneath you is of a commercial variety. You step across broken packing cases and crates. You see hundreds of axe hafts with no heads, a 10-pack of quilts so sodden and moth-eaten as to be unusable. You remember something mentioned in the handbook, and even in the entry about Salvagian moss, about a wholesale universe. This must be a trash trove from there. Maybe,
Wholesale
just maybe,
universe?
there's something good to scavenge up ahead.
Are we perturbing the bird? Like, do the birds notice our existence, or are they just consumed with what they're circling?
As you get closer, please make a stealth check.
Oh no.
The 22 for brutal.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, that's a 10.
Ooh, and I'm on the back end. 9.
Oh dear.
Me and Darren, Jed and Darren are both just like, oh, as we just walk forward, just kind of staring, not really paying attention to where we're going.
Gawking at the pigeons. I also find it funny that the tallest and the smallest person got noticed, but, you know, our average dude is just completely hidden. And I'm also now very frightened that, our smallest member is probably capturable size by these pigeons if they are as big as described.
As you reach the top of a heap of destroyed packing crates, you look down into a small bowl-shaped valley over which this flock of pigeons is circling. You look down into the center of it, and you see everything I'm about to show you in Roll 20.
Yeah, oh no.
You see a lake, a small lake of something that looks and smells very much... Well, it smells oily and greasy. You guys think it smells kind of like a weird vegetable-y lard, because you guys, as characters, have not been to the Shoplex universe where they have giant deep fryers in which they make churros and hot dogs and, you know, the sort of food that you get at a wholesale retailer.
I immediately shove some of the moss into my nose.
Okay. Yes, you will have advantage for, you know, I want to say the next 10 minutes on any smell-based
I see what
checks.
he's doing and follow suit.
I'm not paying attention, and somebody just stuffs it in my nose for me.
So as you get to the top of this hill, you look down and you see this lake of used deep fryer oil, and in it are standing some enormous packing cases that are acting as islands in this. And between those packing cases, someone or something has left these wooden planks that go from case to case, scattered seemingly at random throughout this lake. And in the center of the lake, there is the largest, fattest pigeon you have ever seen. It is the size of a small elephant. And as you see it, its wings are so small and it is so fat that you know this thing cannot fly and can probably barely move. But even as you take all of this in, the pigeons notice you. They're pretty large. Each one of them is about the size of, let's say about the size of a golden retriever. But it's a pigeon. And
jeez,
that's alarming. That wingspan has got to be huge.
as they see you, they start. What does a pigeon sound like? I don't remember.
Coo, coo,
We're gonna
coo.
say. Brilliant. Oh, that's great. They do that, but then they clock you almost as one, and they start swooping down towards you. Everybody roll initiative and describe your intentions.
I must ask first, does the pigeon have a, collar of bread? Like, it's just enormous piece of bread upon the big, fat pigeon?
Yes. For two reasons. One, because that's hilarious, and two, because that's what's in the thumbnail.
Runel immediately, the first thing he does is he pulls his hood up. He has a hood on his cloak over his head because his first thought is bird poop.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
It takes him a while to do that, though, because he rolled a 5 on initiative.
So did Darren! I also rolled a 5 on initiative. That is with my plus. With my bonuses.
I got a 7.
Wow. The pigeons go in front of all of you.
We're just standing here and just being like, what are we even looking at? While their angry bird-esque bodies start flapping towards us.
They all just go in unison.
So the combat order is Pigeons, Jet, Runel, Darren. So as you see this, they start swooping, and a group of them starts coming down towards you guys, and the rest of them start circling fairly closely around the king pigeon and seem like they are defending the king. The first one comes down, and it makes an attack against you, Runel. And as these things attack, they are kind of dive bombing and attacking. So what's going to happen is as they attack you, they get an attack, but you will also get an attack of opportunity against them because they're entering and leaving your zone of control, or leaving your space.
That's a brilliant way to do
immediately. All right, so this pigeon comes down, and it makes an attack against you, Runel. A 2 does not hit your armor class. Runel, please make a melee attack against this thing.
He's gonna swing his stabber. That is a 25 to hit. Nice. 8 piercing damage.
This thing looks super messed up, and it swoops back away from you. The next one comes down, and it attacks you, Jet. A 17.
Yep, it hits.
5 damage to you.
Darn fracture the wings.
Now make your melee attack.
I'm gonna save my reaction.
Oh. Okay. Alright, that's fair. Next one comes down and attacks you again. 9 doesn't hit your armor class, right?
Nope.
Alright. It also flies away. Do you want to make that
Yeah, I'm gonna save it.
that attack? Okay. Next one comes down, and it attacks you, Darren. Ooh, a 19 hits your armor class. And he does. Another 5 damage to you.
Woo! My 32 is dropping fast.
Alright, and he goes away. Do you want to use your reaction?
Yes, I do. I would like to swing my hand axe at him.
Okay, make an attack.
Ooh, no, that's a 2. I don't even need to add anything to that attack. I know it doesn't hit.
Oh, it flies nimbly out of the way. Okay, Jet, it is your turn.
Are we all standing on the edge of the oil pool?
Yes, you are now standing here on the edge of the oil pool.
Does it look like bubbling hot, or is it just kind of just oil sitting there?
Yeah, it is just oil sitting there. I mean, you don't think good things will happen to you if you fall into it, but it is just oil sitting there.
Okay, can Jet look around and see if he sees any onyx bricks or copper gears that we're looking for in this vicinity?
I'm not even going to make you roll a perception check. You do not see them in this area. There's a bunch of packing crates in the center that seem like they're partially open or open, but you don't see any onyx bricks.
All right, I'm just putting it out there. Well, we could just run, or we risky to see what they got over there.
I want to see these rats with wings burn, so I say we set fire to the place.
I also want to see if there's other things from our universe here.
All right then. So, how far away does the Pigeon King look from the edge from where we're standing? So, like maybe 30 feet?
35, I think.
Yeah, literally 35 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 7 squares away.
What is it sitting on? Is he like? Does he have?
It is sitting on a nest of large metal baskets that have 4 wheels on the bottom and a large, long handle on one side. Enormous numbers of these baskets in a giant metal nest that look broken and bent out of shape.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that answers that question. Okay, where is the crate nearest to me open that I could get to it? Where's the nearest open crate?
If you go along these planks, you have to make a dexterity check to get across the planks.
Oh, that's playing the game for you, sir. Let's go. Jet's gonna start going across to get to the first crate.
All right, make a dexterity check.
11.
All right, that makes it across.
Okay.
11 makes it across to that one, and you have used 10 squares, or you have used 10 feet of movement.
Okay, where can I go to? I want to go towards the nearest open crate that I see if I can get to, or start getting towards it.
Okay, that's going to be going up to over here. Make another dexterity check.
Okay, and then I also, as I'm running, can I chuck a hand axe up at one of the birds?
Yes, you can. You can once you're standing on one of the things. If you're doing it as you're crossing, I'm going to make you make the attack with disadvantage. But if you get to the other crate and you've passed your dexterity check, you can just make a regular attack.
Well, I'll chuck it and then I'll move.
Okay, all right.
Ooh, that probably misses. It's a 5 plus 6.
Yeah, that misses.
By hand axe, and it just bloop, and then I walk across for 17 dex check.
All right, you get across. You've used now 20 feet of movement.
Okay, is that crate open? Do I see any openings there?
So none of these crates are open. These are gigantic sealed crates.
Okay.
That you're not sure what's in them, and they are very, very heavily sealed.
So where am I going to get to the open one? Might just be going out of here for nothing.
The open ones are all in the center around the Pigeon King.
Oh, yo, yippee-ki-yay, of course they are.
Because it's a mini boss, we gotta kill it first.
Then I'm just going as far as I can. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah. So that puts you here and ready to make the next dexterity check over here.
Oh, and as a bonus action, I will use Giant Smite and become huge. Here we go.
Nice. All right, Runel, what are we doing?
Runel is going to go onto this first crate here, and he's going to cast Warding Wind.
So before you get onto that first crate, please make a dexterity check.
So 13.
Okay, you get onto the crate. And so what does Warding Wind do?
Warding Wind is a second level spell that creates a strong wind that blows around me in a 10-foot radius and moves with me, remaining centered on myself. The wind has the following effects. It deafens me and other creatures in its area. It extinguishes unprotected flames that are torch size or smaller. It hedges out vapor, gas, and fog. The area is difficult terrain for creatures other than me. And attack rolls of ranged weapon attacks have disadvantage if the attacks pass in or out of the wind.
I will give you more than that.
I figured.
These are flying creatures. Yeah, their attacks will now have disadvantage against you.
Also, because I am in the School of Evocation, when I cast an evocation spell, I can use sculpting spells, which allows me to create pockets of relative safety within the effects of the spells. So, 3 people that I choose can automatically, it says automatically succeed against saving throws, but I would argue that that means that they don't need to, that they wouldn't be affected by it.
Yeah, we'll say that it doesn't count as rough terrain for them. All right. Excellent. Now we're down to Darren. What are we doing, Darren?
All right. I've been prepping this. Guiding Bolt has 120 feet of range. You said this pigeon ain't moving, right?
The big pigeon in the center is not moving.
All right. I'm gonna attract a lot of attention by doing this, but I am going to throw Guiding Bolt. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at King Pigeon.
Okay. He is surrounded by a lot of metal carts and cases. You're going to make ranged attacks against him with disadvantage.
Well, I rolled 2 11s. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
All right. So that's 6 damage. Wow. That was really anticlimactic. However,
yeah.
Any of the next, before the end of my next turn, any attack made against him has advantage on him now. So it would just
Excellent.
It would just be a standard attack, even if he's in cover.
Okay. All right, that's fair. He looks a little singed, but not particularly injured. All right, back to the top of your order. It's the Pigeons. So what's going to happen, Pigeons? All right, these 2 pigeons right up here are going to attack Jet. This guy here and this guy here. Does a 15 hit your armor class?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but a 2 doesn't.
Nope.
All right, so one of them hits you for 3 damage.
Oh, darn things.
And you can make, if you like, use a reaction to make an attack against one of them.
Yeah, sure, why not? I'll as soon as one's coming by, I'll just do like a karate chop to its body as he comes by.
Okay.
Okay, not terrible. 18.
That very much hits.
7 bludgeoning damage. Whatcha?
It looks super, super hurt.
Oh, wait, I forgot. I am big now, so I do an extra 1d6 damage, I think?
Okay.
Extra 4.
Okay. For a total of 12?
That was... I know my numbers. I have to scroll between on digital character sheet.
I'm sorry. No. What am I even doing here?
That's 11 total.
You needed 1 more damage. You kill it. You swat it out of the sky, and it falls lifeless into the oil below.
I feel like the jet, like it just finished, like, erupting. Like, it comes by, it swoops at him when he's tiny. It's like, oh yeah, and then he just, like, Mario supersizes, and then just his arm becomes huge as he whacks it, as he karate chops it.
Bang, and it goes down. Well done. All right. Runel, these 3 are going to come attack you. One of them is the injured one, the one on the far left. I'll let you know that. 2 of them very much miss. One of them gets a nat 20. Oh, you lucky dog. With that nat 20, they did 4 damage. 4 damage. I will let you make a melee attack against them, and I'll let you choose the injured one.
First, I should make my con save, because that is a concentration spell.
Their attacks are a disadvantage, right?
Oh my gosh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Aha!
Let me roll all of those again.
There's a giant swirling dust devil tornado spinning around him.
Okay, does a 12 hit your armor class?
It does not.
Oh, okay, none of them hit you.
Nice.
But you do still get to make that melee basic, or no, this isn't 4E, you do still get to make a melee attack against the injured one.
We only get one of them per turn.
So I'm going to use my dagger. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, that very much hits, and there's no way you don't kill it. It comes down at you, and as it's coming, you swing up pretty wildly. You're a wizard, not a fighter, and this razor-sharp dagger just disembowels it, and it goes flopping into the oil and sinks beneath it. All right, Darren.
All right. I'm going to actually try and walk across. I've had bad. I was like worried of walking across the oil because bad experiences of falling into water previously. But or was that retcon? I don't remember. No, that I definitely fell into the water. I'm going to try and cross to the first barrel or the first box with Runel. So that's a dexterity check. Ooh, here we go. That's a 4. Welcome.
You fall into the oil.
No.
Great. And I have
it's-
fur. This is going to be nasty for a long time.
You are disgusting. Now, you do have advantage on the Constitution saving throw you're about to make
Because of the smell.
for disgust. So please make that Constitution.
I'm
saving
rolling
roll
with different
advantage.
dice. This dice has not been good to me today. That's a 4 plus Constitution. That's an 11. I have so much Constitution.
Okay. You take 1 point
1 point.
of disgust damage.
Is that
And you are able to use the rest of your movement to climb back onto this box if you want, but you are now covered in slick oil. Until you find some way to get that oil off you, you are going to have disadvantage on all dexterity checks to get across these crates and planks.
It's taken a lot of me. Well, now I can't do it. I was like trying to avoid using Firebolt, setting this whole thing ablaze. Now I physically cannot use Firebolt because I will explode. I will climb back up onto the crate or the shore, whichever one you will allow, and I will use, hold on, because I keep forgetting to write down the rules of Quick Spell, but I am going to use some of my sorcery points. Oh, wait. Do I still have an
So
attack?
before you do that, if you want to climb back up onto this crate, I'm going to need a dexterity check with disadvantage.
Yay! Can I climb back onto the shore without a worry?
Yes, I will allow that.
Fine, then I climb back onto the shore, very, very disgruntled. More than I already was. I'm bitter. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt, which still does at second level, which still doesn't have any, what's it called? Disadvantage, because the disadvantage and advantage discounted each other. So I'm going to cast one Guiding Bolt at level 2.
Okay.
Rolling a nat 20.
Okay.
So, and it still just does normal damage for a spell, correct? Nat 20 doesn't double it.
A nat 20 does not... Oh, yeah, I do spell crits.
Oh! Well, I rolled that. That's 4d6s. Or 5d6s, because I rolled it at second level. 18 plus 5 is 23. That is 23 times 2, so that's 46 holy damage to King Pigeon.
You have
Whoa!
very seriously damaged this pigeon. This pigeon is now very unhappy with you. So you did 46 damage, and that is going to be the end of your turn. Circling back around to the pigeons, they are upset, and they are going to come. 3 of them are going to come attack you.
Yay! I've earned the pigeon's ire.
4 of them are going to come attack you. And this gets interesting because, Runel, you will also get an opportunity attack against one of these pigeons. But 4 of them are going to attack you.
Do I get to make that opportunity attack first? Because it's before he gets to them?
Yes.
16 to hit,
That hits.
6 piercing damage.
Alright, one of them is wounded, but they do still all go in to attack Darren.
Are any of them within Runel's wind that when they're trying to go for him?
They are, but they're not attacking Runel. So I'm not going to say it gives them disadvantage to attack Darren.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, 2 of them hit. 22 is above 12, and so is 15.
My meager hit points are going down fast.
8 damage.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad. 26 minus 8, 18.
All right, and then they all go flying back. You can, however, make a...
Single opportunity attack. I will use my horns this time.
So you can, if you want to, you can make your attack against the same one
that Darren
that
hit, or Runel
hit.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one, and I'm using my horns this time. Like, as he swoops back up, I'm like, whack him with the side of my head. Because I have higher attack bonuses with that. But I still only rolled an 8. Wow, I cannot roll an attack today. Yep, okay, that'll be where I end my bonus.
Okay, and now that the pigeons have gone, we are down to Jet.
Okay, not to upset things too much, but did we skip me last turn?
That's fair. Okay, so Jet, we will say that you get to go twice.
Okay,
because I like to be generous.
Thank you. Jet was like spending all this time like swatting away the pigeons that he couldn't even get a chance to do what he wanted to do next. He is going to see that the Pigeon King looks like he's glowing or whatever. However his biting worked. He's gonna try and eye any kind of hole he can see in that armor, and then pull out his longbow, brandish his pull off a big chunk of wood from one of the crates, and then fire it as an arrow.
Wait, he's out of table legs?
And once again, I want to remind our listeners that this is a gnome longbow, which still has longbow stats, but it's being held in a giant's hand, so you're like holding it with your fingertip and drawing it back. All right, you are making an attack, but it is with disadvantage. Go ahead.
But he was guiding bolted last turn, so that gives advantage.
Ooh, you are absolutely correct. So please make a regular attack.
That's 17 to hit.
That hits.
That's a 2 piercing damage. But when it hits, I'll look at the rune tattooed on his right hand, snap his fingers, and activate. The runes glow red, and magic goes right from his hand out along the flight path of the piece of wood that he chucked. He'll activate his fire rune.
Your fire rune, Jet?
I'm not gonna metagame this one. I'm still on the shore, but I'm still covered in oil.
I'm gonna use the DM term for this. Are you sure you want to do that?
Do it.
Good point.
No, do it.
I feel like Jet. No. Okay, Jet does not have dump wisdom. He has dump intelligence. He's been around a grease fire before.
However,
yeah,
my warding wind specifically says it snuffs out fires
around you.
Around me. So,
okay, it snuffs out not all fires, but some fires. This is about to be a roaring inferno, like 100 feet across.
That are
I was more
torch-sized.
just thinking about
Torch-sized or similar? I'm not torch-sized, dude. I'm big. I'm like 6'8".
Good point.
Well, you're covered in a lot of little torches.
Jet is okay with violating social rules because he really doesn't care. But he got a point that he's not idiotic, and he could kind of tell that. Jet did notice that Darren had fallen into the oil. Anyway, he did a paltry fire with a chunk of wood, and he'll go across the next crate to try and close the distance.
All right, make a dexterity check.
What is that? It's 10?
10 does not make it. You fall into the oil.
What?
You can get right back out with another dexterity check with disadvantage this time.
Lovely. It's just a French fry at this point. Disadvantage. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, well, one of them's a 4.
I misspoke. 14.
Okay, that does get you out. So you are now back on this crate over here.
I just realized this is a pigeon nest. So he looks like he's been tar and feathered.
Yes, Jet, at this point, you look like almost a giant pigeon yourself. Like a ghillie suit of feathers.
And Darren is a cow in a pigeon suit.
Oh, pleasant thought.
Someday, when we have listeners who make fan art for us, I hope they draw this scene.
Please.
Oh, boy.
So,
anyway,
Jet,
that's
you
my
still
turn.
have a bunch of your. I mean, you can move in closer to the Pigeon King if you want to. You're just going to make that last dexterity check with disadvantage again.
Risk it for the biscuit.
All right. Dexterity check with disadvantage. Go ahead.
I don't think it's going to be lower than that, but it might be 6. Whoa, it's just Wipeout style, just his feet
And
slipping.
you're back in the oil.
Do I get that for a second time, or I just wallow?
No, at this point you're out of movement. So yeah, you are kind of wallowing in the oil, and that means attacks against you are going to have advantage. You're not sinking, but it's going to count as being prone.
But again, he is really tall, remember? So, like, is it like his waist? Like, how deep is this oil?
I mean, at this point, it's you kind of clambered your way out. It is up to his like mid chest. So it was almost up to your mouth, Darren, when you fell in. For that mental image.
Yay! Sinking and crude, disgusting used fry cook.
Yes, that. Runel, what are you doing?
I can cast other spells, right? Just not other concentration spells.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Hey,
I'm kidding. That
I was like, wait,
yeah,
pause!
that was a
We
joke.
just had this discussion!
I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
pew pew.
All right, who are we attacking?
Which ones have damage?
At this point, this guy over here has damage up on top of you.
Well, I'm gonna cast it as a second level.
Okay.
How much damage did he take? Was it a lot? Does he seem injured?
It was a lot, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast 1 missile at him and then 2 at the one below me. Or 3 at the one below me.
Okay. Excellent. It does 1d4 plus 1, is it?
Yes.
The one above you dies. We're not going to make you roll for that. You hit him, and it thwacks it right in the beak, and it goes spiraling down into the oil and falls beneath the surface.
And the one below is taking... Ooh, nice. 13 points of force damage.
Runel, do me a favor. Describe to me, in the coolest possible detail, what it looks like to kill 2 pigeons in one turn.
So as Runel, he's also in the middle of this tornado that's surrounding him. He kind of spins with the tornado and shoots out these missiles from his wand, and these magic darts kind of fly out, and they all strike the bird simultaneously, and from that point forward, the phrase "killing 2 birds with 1 spell" was born and used by everyone in the world who somehow knew about this event.
That's beautiful. That was very Tolkien-esque, where I don't like.
Yes.
What was it like? The bull
Yes, I invented golf.
the game of golf.
Yes.
Knocking the goblin's head into the hole. Yes. Oh, well done. Well done. I imagine there's a little wisp of energy coming off your wand, and you blow it off before you reholster it.
Yes, of course. Well, I'm still in combat, so I don't reholster it. But
Okay.
actually, he then looks at one of the other pigeons and says, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" "Well, do you?"
I would make you roll an intimidation check, but their intelligence score is too low for that. It just kind of looks at you with one eye and goes, I can't do
He
the
says, "I
pigeon
know what
voice."
you're thinking. Did I cast 3 or 4 magic missiles?" You just have to ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky, punk?
Ah, good stuff. All right, Darren, what are you doing?
I don't know what I can do to, respond to that.
And let's be honest. Yeah, Darren, how do you feel? Because you did a bunch of damage, but you have looked nowhere near as cool as Runel has in all of this. And you, to be honest, you look a sorry sight. And Runel's over here surrounded by winds and killing things with single blows.
I've been tarred and
look at me
feathered,
now.
but I have lit up King Pigeon like a Christmas tree, and I'm about to do it again. Here we go. I still technically have advantage because it's the end of my now turn, so I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt one more time at this thing to see how it goes. That's an 8. That does nothing.
No, it doesn't. All right.
Wait.
Are you gonna try to move anywhere?
Fine. I'm going to risk trying to move to that stinking dock again. That next barrel.
Okay. Dexterity check with
Disadvantage.
disadvantage, please.
Yay!
Let's play Wipeout.
5 doesn't make it. Fall right back in, and I clamber right back up to the shore.
Into the oil. Okay.
I clamber right back up to the shore, looking quite the miserable sort, very, very perturbed, and showing it plainly on my face.
Yeah. Okay. So that's like half your movement. You want to try again?
Nope, I'm quite all right. I'm like almost like I've like my arms are crossed, like I'm looking, but I'm looking down, but I'm still like looking up, so I'm like really glaring like a kid is like at a birthday party and he didn't get a party favor. I'm this close to sitting down, cross-legged in just a pout.
Yeah, I have no category for what it looks like for a giant minotaur to pout, but I think I'm starting to imagine it. A minotaur pout. I think that's like a new, you know how every once in a while there's a sentence that's never been said before? I'm a giant minotaur and I'm pouting. I think that qualifies.
Yeah.
Ears droop down like a little lonely dog, and he's just at the puppy dog eyes.
A bit of oil drips down off one of your horns, like it makes a little puddle on the shore of the oil lake. Drip, drip, drip.
I'm actually putting a reference image into the chat real quick, just so that we can be aware of what this is supposed to look like.
It's just a cow.
That's great.
I looked up pouting cow. That was the first thing that came up.
That is in fact a pouting cow. Oh,
Poor
man,
Bessie.
listeners, I wish you could see this. That's great.
Oh man.
Okay. Oh, we're back to the pigeons, aren't we? All right. There's less of them now. Let's see. These two are gonna come over and attack Runel. And these 3, in fact, these 4 are going to come over and attack Jet because he's getting really close to their king. So Runel first.
At disadvantage.
With disadvantage, thank you. You're so lucky because one of them got a nat 20, but it also got a 2. So, yeah, you pass by unscathed. Please feel free to attack one of them.
24 to hit.
All right, that definitely hits. Go ahead.
I'm killing it with these. That's a 7.
All right, it is looking super hurt. And then Jet, 4 of them are attacking you with advantage.
Oof. I can just imagine just like he's just sitting there with it at his waist, and just with a sour look on his face. This is my life.
3 of them hit you with 16 pluses.
Oof. Oh boy.
13 damage.
Jet is just annoyed.
All right. Now you get to react by attacking one of them if you like.
I'm gonna just suggest something as they're flying away and they're all just kind of flying around. But I try and just do it. Just swing my arm in a wide arc to try and whack 2 of them at once.
Yeah, sure.
Do I roll once or?
You roll twice. I'll let you make 2 attacks.
And I am just. This is just a bad day. Because those are both. Those. Oh wait. No wait. The one of them's 11. The others are 15.
Okay, 15 hits.
Okay. Boom. That's 2 plus 6 bludgeon damage.
All right. He looks pretty hurt, and he's got some oil on him, so he's having a little difficulty flying. We are back around 2. All right, Jet. It's your turn now.
Okay. Well, I wanted to I want to try and get out. Am I close enough towards the nest that I could get on, or do I get on the one that I was...
Yes, but it's going to take a dexterity check with disadvantage to get up into it.
Okay. Okay, well, that's a good one, but it ain't gonna last. Nope, that's 6. This is just full bikini tan salon covered in oil. This is not going to work. Like a kid trying to climb up a slide in a rainstorm. It's just like, I want to get up. Yeah, kid, what are you doing?
Okay, so that's going to use 10 feet of your movement. I'll let you try again.
Okay, yeah, good. Okay, well those are both the same. That's 12.
That works.
And then the kid just digs in his heels, and then Jet just digs in his heels and just like uses as much friction as he can get, just claw his way to the top.
Okay, excellent. You are now in the nest with the king pigeon. What are you gonna do?
So is he like surrounded in like a globe, like a cages above and outside of him, or is he just sitting on it?
They come up in a wall kind of around him, in like a classic nest shape. Like a big bowl of broken shopping carts. So you are now on the edge of this bowl, and you can jump down into it.
Okay, gotcha. As soon as I'm in field of view, what's its reaction?
It slowly turns its head and blinks one eye at you, and it gives a very low guttural.
That's an interesting noise from a pigeon.
And it kind of like jerks one wing at you, but it looks like it doesn't move very well because of just how big and fat this pigeon is.
There was like a look of disgust when Jet first saw pigeons the size of a dog, and now that he's in front of it, his pupils widen a bit, and he's like, "Do I have to?" As he thinks in his head, going to, because he's pretty big. Can I try to jump on its back and then kind of grab its wings and pin it down in a...
So you're trying to grapple it, is what you're saying.
I want to see if I could jump on his back and first try and hit it with an unarmed strike, and then if I hit, I'm going to grapple with my bonus action as I'm a tavern brawler.
Go ahead.
That would be a 21 to hit.
That hits.
6 bludgeoning damage. And then as an action, then attempt to grapple. We just jumps on the back, goes for the wings, twists them to do the damage, and then tries to pin them down so it can't move. Not like it was going to move anyway.
All right, a strength contest.
Not like it was going to move anyway.
No. Believe it or not, this thing's acrobatics isn't very good, so it rolled athletics.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's just resisting pure fat. That's going to be a 26.
All right, you grab this thing's tiny little wings on this big fat pigeon, and you yank them behind it in a pigeon arm bar, or a wing bar, if you prefer.
Yeah, probably it's like not. It probably doesn't do much. He's more like actually like digging his heel into it to just keep it in place. Probably what I'd say.
Yes, it was definitely on the verge of taking to the skies and flying away on its tiny little wing.
Okay, so it will take 1d8 necrotic damage at the start of the King Pigeon's turn.
Yes.
If it does anything, and it also can't regain hit points.
All right, that was a great turn. Runel, what are you doing?
Runel's gonna try and move up to this crate.
You okay? Make a dexterity check.
That's a 15.
That makes it.
Yes. And he is now going to cast... He's going to cast Frostbite.
Okay. At who?
I don't know, one of the pigeons.
All right, 2 of them are very injured.
Yeah, one of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right.
Cause a numbing frost. Target's going to make a Constitution saving throw.
I need to look up what these things' constitution is. It's not great. Oh, man. But a nat 20 always succeeds.
And I'm assuming they're not within my tornado, right?
No. Now, is that something that does half damage?
Nah, so I'm
if
looking...
it
No,
fails?
it's a cantrip, so it does not.
Okay. Well, this thing lives to fly another day.
Alright. Yeah, that'll do it for Rune.
Okay. Cycling back all the way around to Darren. Darren, what are you doing?
I say we go all the way to Pouting Cow for the rest of the podcast, or at least the rest of this episode.
Hey,
the
Pouting Cow, what are you doing?
Cast one more Guiding Bolt, because everything else I have is either related to breaking the ground, which I can't do in oil, or burning. So, Guiding Bolt, level 2, let's go. Gosh, does an 8 hit this grappled? Wait, do we have advantage because he's grappled?
You don't.
Okay, I don't.
He only cannot move because he is grappled. That's the only thing that does. It helps me more than it helps everyone else.
An 8 doesn't hit this giant fatso, does it?
No, it doesn't. It just splashes off the shopping carts.
I'm going to use Quicken Spell to cast the cantrip Acid Splash at this thing. It's less than 60 feet away from me. We're giving this a try.
Okay.
I've been losing my mind, and the Pouting Cow is... Here we go. That is a 2. So that's a 7. Still don't hit.
Whoa, wait a minute. That is not an attack roll spell.
It's not... Oh, you're right. It's a dex save. I'm tired. I'd read that wrong. Fine. I cast Acid Splash. How fast is this fat pigeon?
Acid Splash on the king pigeon or
On
the
the
other
king
pigeon?
pigeon.
Okay.
I'm only going after the king
He
pigeon.
is not very dexterous.
Okay, I cast Acid Splash.
Yeah, 4 doesn't do it.
It does not beat myself. No, it doesn't beat a 13, no.
Okay.
So that is 1d6. I want this thing to very much fry. Though, can't burn it as of now. That's a 3? I don't get any bonuses to that, so that's just a 3.
Alright, there's a little more damage.
Yay.
Good for you.
He's slightly irritated now.
Okay. Alright, back around to the pigeons. So, at this point, these 3 pigeons are going to attack Runel. These 2 pigeons are going to attack Jet. And this pigeon is going to come over here, and he's not getting within range. He's going to make an attack that they haven't made before. Darren, does a 19 hit your armor class?
Yes, a 19 hits.
You take 1 point of acid damage because this thing poops on your head.
Yay! My day just gets better and better.
Alright. Runel, they attack with disadvantage. None of them hit. Runel, you have avoided a nat 20 like 3 times in a row because of that disadvantage. That was a great play. Alright, 2 of them are going to attack Jet. An 18 hits your armor class.
For sure.
1 damage.
Stop pecking me.
Alright, Runel, do you want to make an attack against one of them? One of them is very injured.
I sure do.
Did I not get an attack of opportunity because all it did was relieve itself upon my forehead?
That is absolutely correct.
So
So
sorry.
14 to hit.
That does hit.
All right.
They're going to say there's no way you don't kill this thing. You reach up and just slash it across the throat. Little Stabber has just, man, Little Stabber's been earning his keep this time.
Sure has.
Jet, you want to make that response attack?
But, no. I'm going to save my reaction. Does King Pigeon respond at all to my advances?
Well, now. No. He just seems like vaguely, like he wiggles a little bit, his fat jiggles, but that's it.
How are you making me feel bad? I just attacked this thing that's sitting there doing nothing.
I mean, its very presence is causing the other pigeons to attack you.
Sure.
And they started attacking you right off the bat. Like it wasn't like you were the aggressors here.
Yeah, but he was just sitting there, big round boy. I don't know. Jet, maybe Jet doesn't have that much compassion.
Matt might, but Jet doesn't. Alright, and now it's Jet's turn.
Well, at the start of the King Pigeon's turn, he's going to take an extra 1d8 necrotic damage from this creepy
yes.
glove
So yeah, roll
on
that.
my hand.
It goes at the same time as the rest of the pigeons, and its action was just to wiggle a little bit.
Okay, that's 2 necrotic damage. And also at the start of my turn, because I'm just good at that, it's an extra d4 damage. of bludgeoning damage. So that's 2. It's a total of 4. 2 necrotic, 2 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna say I'll try to make this quick, bud, and I try and brace against its wings, almost like I'm trying to crack them to try and finish it.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Wait, that sounds more cruel. Oh, shit. Jet will continue to press his giant foot into it, and try and keep it in place. Then he's gonna go for the neck to try and finish it if he can.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Unarmed strike for 24.
Yeah, that hits.
And 1d8 plus 4. Woo! An 8. That's 12 bludgeoning damage, and he's giant, so an extra d6 plus 3 is 15.
All right, Jet. Describe what it looks like for a giant gnome to strangle a giant pigeon to death.
I'd imagine it looks like a regular gnome strangling a regular pigeon. Just without the depth perception. Or the, just not to scale.
If you were, like, in the distance, you'd be looking at this being like, oh, look at that gnome. He's just, like, he's really going at that pigeon. Then you get up close and you're like, oh, no, that is not the scale.
So the difference between what Runel and Darren are currently seeing, so I just see a gnome strangling a pigeon off in the distance.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Jet is going to keep it, using his foot to pin it down. He's going to pull the spiked claw from Deathgrass glove in one hand and his bare hand in the other, and just twist his neck and snap its neck to finish it off. Because this thing deeply disturbs him, but it's done nothing to him, so he just wants to end it quickly.
It goes limp, rolls over onto its back, gives one last... I guess with its strapped neck it wouldn't give a death coup. But it dies, and the other pigeons, leaderless, fly off and scatter to the winds.
It starts rolling over onto me. Oh, wait, no!
You manage to push it off into the side, and it does not crush you or smother you.
Can I, as they're running away, do a reaction and cast another acid splash at one of these pigeons? I'm just bitter at this rate, and I want to see them all
fly. Is that
fly.
a cantrip?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yay! They have to make a dex saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
Higher than 13.
Yeah, 19 is higher than a 13. It flies off, like you cast acid at it.
Okay.
Yeah, as it goes off, does a 17 hit your armor class?
Yes.
You take 1 more point of poop damage.
Yay!
All right. Now, slowly and carefully this time, without having to make the dexterity
I'm
checks.
not going over. I'm staying on the shore. I just sit down bitterly and just don't go over.
Okay. Runel, Darren, you guys start hunting around in these half-open cases, and you find... What do you find? Okay. You find a box of daggers, 100 count. There are 100 daggers in this box of daggers. There is a goodberry bundle, right? There is a 50 count pack of goodberries, if you guys are familiar with that. And there is a 15 pack of 15-foot ladders, each of which have a single rung broken off, so they weren't sellable. So they just tossed them away. But these 15-foot ladders are pretty serviceable, just missing one rung. And the goodberries, Jet, you pop one into your mouth, because that's the sort of person that you are, and you taste that it's really, really sour. Make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Oh, jeez.
Not for damage.
16.
You manage to choke it down, but it might be hard to choke these down sometimes because they are just so sour. You now have 49 sour goodberries, 100 daggers, and 15 15-foot ladders, all of which will fit inside your bag of holding should you choose to put them in there.
Who has the bag of holding again? Was it me?
Yeah, I think you do.
Probably me, yeah. Probably me, because it's so it gets heavy. yeah, I just start stuffing in. How wait? These are 15-foot ladders, so I'm just. It's like. I mean,
15-foot ladders.
Is this like Mary Poppins just trying to put this giant ladder in the bag?
Absolutely it is. You took a 15-foot ladder and just zoop, it disappears inside the bag. I am really curious to see what you guys will do with those 15-foot ladders. You now have 15 of them. This could get wild. Anyway, thanks guys for being great players. Thanks listeners for being great listeners. And as always, thanks to my wife, who lets me play Dungeons & Dragons as a hobby. You guys are all pretty fantastic. The following tracks were used with the permission of a free license through Incompetech Film Music. All music was composed by Kevin MacLeod. Here are the titles in order of appearance. Second Coming No Percussion, Second Coming Instrumental, The Path of the Goblin King, Motherlode, There It Is, and at last Attack of the Mole Men again. Once again, as always, thank you to Kevin MacLeod. Your stuff is really, really great.